Hello teacher, my name is Noemi and today I'm going to share what I learned in my linguistics course and how this knowledge will help me as a future English teacher. Okay, what is linguistics? Linguistics is the scientific study of language. It helps us to understand how languages are formed, how people use them, and how they change with time. And before this course, I thought that linguistics was only about grammar or pronunciation, but now I understand that it's much more. It's about how we communicate, how we create meaning, and how our brain learns and uses languages every day. Main concepts and branches of linguistics. I learned that linguistics has many important branches, and each one helps us understand a different part of language. For example, phonetics and phonology that study the sounds of a language, how we produce them, and how they change meaning. For example, in English, the word sheep and sheep have different vowel sounds, and that changes the meaning completely. And then we have morphology that studies how words are formed. For example, the word teacher comes from the verb teach plus the suffix er. Syntax studies how we put words together to make sentences. For example, in English, we usually say I eat apples, not eat I apples. And semantics is about meaning, what words and sentences really mean. And finally, pragmatics studies how we use language in real situations. For example, when we say, could you open the window? We are not asking about someone's ability, we are making a polite request. All these branches show me that language is not only words, it's a system where everything connects. Okay. We also studied three main theories that explain how language works. The first one is structuralism from Ferdinand de Saussure. He said that language is a system of signs. Each word has two parts, the signifier, which is the sound or writing form, and the signified, which is the concept or meaning. This theory helped me understand that words have meaning because of their relation to other words in the system. The second one is functionalism. This theory says that the main function of language is communication. Language is not rules. We use it to express ideas, emotions, and needs. And this reminds me, as a teacher, I must help my students use English to communicate in real life, not only to pass a test. And the third one is generativism by Noam Chomsky. He said that humans are born with a special ability to learn language. He called it universal grammar. And this means that every person can learn a language if they have exposure and practice. For me, this is very motivating because it shows that all students can learn English if we create a good environment. And how these ideas help me as a teacher. So all these ideas are very useful for me future teaching, because knowing about phonetics will help me teach pronunciation, and morphology and syntax will help me explain grammar in a simple way, and semantics and pragmatics will help me teach students how to really use English to express themselves. I also understanding that these theories help me plan better classes. From Saussure, I learned that meaning depends on the context, so I will include real-life examples. From functionalism, I learned to focus more on communication activities. And from Chomsky, I learned to be patient and give students a lot of input, listening, reading, and speaking practice, because that's how their brain learns naturally. And my reflection, for me, this course changed the way I see language, because now I know that English is not only a list of rules, it's something alive. a way to connect people from different places and cultures. And as a future English teacher, I want my students to feel confident and motivated to speak, not afraid of making mistakes. And linguistics also helps me understand why students make certain errors. For example, when they translate directly from Spanish to English, is because their first language influences the second one. With linguistics, I can explain things in a clearer and easier way. And to finish, I can say that linguistics is a very important part of teaching training. It gives us a knowledge about how language works and how people learn it and how we can teach it better. Thanks to this course, I feel more prepared to be an English teacher who understands her students and uses effective methods. Learning about linguistics helped me see that teaching English is not only about vocabulary or grammar, it's about helping students communicate and understand others and enjoy the beauty of language. Thank you very much.